The biggest thing that human design is here to help us decondition from is allowing our mind to be the total driver of our lives. There are so many teachings around mindfulness and the phrase, get out of your head and get into your body. Human design teaches us why it is so important to get back into your body. Because there is an innate wisdom inside you, a compass, an intuition that is meant to be the driving force of your life. Have you ever had that experience where an event took place and it didn't go so well, and you said, in hindsight, I knew in my gut that I should have not said yes to that or not have gone there? That is your innate wisdom, your inner authority, like human design likes to call it. It is trying to guide you, to talk to you, and it is really asking your mind to take a step aside so that it can actually be the one in control of the driver's wheel. So why is this so important to learn, you might ask? Let's dive in. If you are interested in understanding your authentic self more, or maybe you're looking for meaning or purpose in your life, maybe you're someone who enjoys growing and evolving, and you're seeking information out there that can help you do that. Human design teaches you how to be your own teacher. It teaches you that you have a guiding force, the teacher in you, the GPS, the AI, whatever you want to call it. It is answering all of your questions. Now, how do we listen to it? The first step for many of you on your human design journey will be understanding it on an intellectual level. And that's okay. A lot of times that's how we get started. But once you understand the concept of it, it's time to put it into practice so that you can see to believe as it works for you in your own life. So first, I'm going to explain what passenger consciousness is and where your mind should be hanging out according to how the human design founder taught it to everyone. Now, bear with me. I consider myself more of a mystic and a teacher of energy, but I'm going to get into a little bit of science here. So let's give this a try. The first thing to understand about how this universe works is that everything is made up of energy, and one of these energies are called neutrinos. Neutrinos are light particles, or subatomic particles to be more exact, and they travel 1 to 2% slower than the speed of light. So they are not pure energy like a proton is. What that means is that these particles of light that actually have a little bit of mass in them, they carry information, yet they are small enough to pass through any atomic barrier without resistance. So that means small enough to pass through us as they hit our atmosphere. Human design says that there are 3 trillion neutrinos and material information that they carry that pass through every square inch of our planet, and us included, every second. So we can think of them as little cosmic messengers, or the breath of stars, because that's where they come from. They come from the stars. You know, astrology is an aspect of human design, and these neutrinos are coming out of the stars, and they're passing the different ways that the planets are positioned as they come into our atmosphere. And that's how they get colored with information. And then they come into us and we receive that information. So let's put that info about neutrinos aside for a second and we'll come back to it. Human design says at the time of the Big Bang, when our universe was conceived, there was a yin egg and a yang egg that came together. And the best way to describe their structure was crystalline. When the Big Bang happened, there was a shattering of infinite number of crystalline aspects spread throughout the expanding universe, each bearing a consciousness of its original yin-yang orientation. Everything we can imagine and all forms of life on this planet have these crystals of consciousness. So for us, we have 2 different crystals of consciousness. One is called a design crystal, and the other is called a personality crystal. The design crystal of consciousness is an aspect of our original yin egg, and it actually creates the physicality of your form, your body. You'll find the design crystal on the left side of the human design body graph if you're looking straight at it. So because the design crystal represents the body, it is considered the vehicle consciousness. Okay? Represents the body is the vehicle. The personality crystal is an aspect of the yang seed. This personality crystal creates what you identify as yourself. It is who you think you are, and it is called the passenger consciousness. So I'm going to demonstrate. It's been demonstrated in the textbooks and by the founder on video with he talks about a car or limo. I have a garbage truck available. So I'm going to use a garbage truck. It might be a little hard because it doesn't have a back seat, but we're going to go with it because it's nice to have like a visual of what's going on here. So the garbage truck is our design crystal. It is the form. It is the body. So just like my body, this is the design part, okay? The personality crystal, which is this passenger consciousness, is going to be represented today by Bluey's dad, okay? The personality crystal is meant to sit in the back seat of the car. So in this case, the garbage truck, just looking out the window, observing life, noticing it, not driving the vehicle. And driving the vehicle is metaphor for making decisions about your life. So personality crystal, the self, the kind of like the mind, this is what we're getting at. The self, that who you think you are, should be observing life. It is the passenger consciousness. So who or what is supposed to be driving the car if the personality crystal is in the back seat? It is something called our magnetic monopole. Now, monopoles are particles that carry a single magnetic attraction, either north or south, unlike magnets that have both sides. So human design says that we all have a magnetic monopole inside us, and it generates a magnetic field similar to an electrical charge that creates an electrical field, okay? So our magnetic pole generating that electrical field. And it's located, I keep pointing here because it's located in the sternum area, and that's known as the G center in human design. It's one of the centers. It is a magnet that only attracts. And what it does is it holds the personality and the design crystal together in a relationship. And it connects us to our movement in time through space, guiding us along our path or geometry of life, which oftentimes people call your destiny. So it's guiding you towards your destiny, on the journey of your destiny. So the magnetic monopole is going to be represented by Bingo, and it should be the driving force of your life. So we need to put it in the driver's seat, okay? So you've got your design crystal, which is the body. You've got your personality crystal, which is the passenger consciousness observing everything. And then you have this magnetic monopole that is an electrical charge that attracts, that it pulls all of this together and makes you a form traversing this life journey of your karma and your dharma, and ultimately being on the journey of your destiny. So Bingo here, your magnetic monopole, is guiding you towards everything, every opportunity and experience that fulfills your destiny. And it can do that multiple ways, by bringing us into tough situations to knock us off our path so that we realize, hold on, I've been driving with Bingo and Bluey's dad. I've been driving with him. He's been sitting up here. So something in your life may come that is hard, that makes you uncomfortable. And that is here to knock you off your path, to get you back onto the right path of following your magnetic monopole. It also drives you towards amazing opportunities too, right? There's both. There's polarity here on Earth. It is the driver, though, behind the wheel. So, and this driver knows exactly how to operate your vehicle, where to go, and how to get there. We need the personality crystal, the who we think we are. We need it to get out of the way and to trust and know that the magnetic monopole is already attracted to our destiny. So what does that mean? If you surrender your mind, start listening to your inner authority, and that's in your human design chart, and we can definitely go over that in a reading, and actually be still. Witness your magnetic monopole in this G center, in this big, beautiful heart area. Witness it guiding you to the next step in your decision making, the next step in your life, to the next path. And oftentimes it may guide you somewhere that you're a bit surprised about. Or maybe you were shooting for a certain goal because your mind was conditioned to believe that goal is what is going to make you happy, right? There's so much in the world that has told our minds, I mean, this is the deepest part of conditioning of human design, is that we're going to be happy if we do, check, 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 achieve, achieve, achieve. Meanwhile, your magnetic monopole is like, let me drive. I know the way. I know the way to fulfill your destiny because your soul made a plan before it came in here and it wants to do that. So getting used to following your inner authority can be a trip. And sometimes you know your inner authority is guiding you towards a decision that is true for you, but your mind is louder and it can't explain why that decision is true for you in a logical way. And that is called intuition. We are conditioned to believe that we have to be strategic, that we have to be able to explain the numbers and the data and why this action is going to equal this result. But everyone knows and has sayings like, oh, a mother's intuition. We all know deep down when you quiet the mind and the ego who's tripping you up, that intuition is the thing that should be guiding you and that you do have it and that you can connect with it. So I believe if you dig deep down, you have that inner knowing, that intuitive guidance, and you can feel it. It looks different for everyone. That's the thing. You have to be on your own journey with it. But human design can help you fast track that journey. Learning your strategy with your energy type and your authority can really help you know where to start practicing and tuning into your intuition, your compass, and allow your magnetic monopole to lead the way. All right. So now you understand what passenger consciousness means and what your magnetic monopole is and how to finally let your body lead the way. And I'll leave it there for today, but if this video sparked anything in you, please, if you can hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next dive into tuning into your inner authority. And if you're ready to go deeper, check out my website, www.danafay.com. I have my readings available on there. And let me know in the comments, what was your first reaction when you tested out one of your decisions that you made using your body's guidance, your intuition? And did it get you somewhere good? Or do you have a really good story about when your gut was telling you something, but you went with your mind, your passenger consciousness anyway? I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys.